Rise up in the morning, beneath the stars so bright. Pull your hat down, make sure your cinch is tight. Horses kinda snuffy, cold chill up your spine. You'll get your ass moving, son, we're burning daylight.
Howdy there, I'm Matt McKinley and we're burning daylight.
In the saddle till the job's done right.
Welcome to Burning Daylight, the only podcast for the working cowboy. Well, top of the morning to you, daylight burners. Happy Paddy's Day. This is the Friggin Farm and Ranch Report for Tuesday, March 17th, 2026. As I said, it is St. Patrick's Day, and we got a show that matters. I'm still reading off the AI teleprompter script here. Anyways, so it says we're putting together a show that matters. Tight cattle, the Packer squeeze, and why you need to be thinking about fire today. All right. As I said, Friggin Farm and Ranch Report. Today's market, so this was yesterday as I put this together. Live cattle were up 230 to 295. Cash in the mid 234s. Cash trade is settling in at the mid 234s live, with some dressed beef hitting about 372. That's good news if you're feeding, but the feeder cattle futures are up nearly $7 in different spots. March feeders are sitting at 355.45. And this is what happens when everybody knows that the calf supply is real short and fat cattle prices are holding pretty strong. Lean hogs are firm. Nobody's really panicking on that. On the flip side, though, the soybeans got hammered yesterday, down the limit because of the China trade talks and the uncertainty there that bleeds into the corn weakness too. But wheat has been holding its own on the expert, and dryness concerns in the southern plains. Packer leverage shift and freaking AI. Here's what your neighbors might not be talking about yet, but they should be. The Packer advantage is starting to slip. So we've got cattle on feed down about 5%. The show lists are getting shorter every week. And then months when the supply picture was at its... we've got months that the supply picture was at its tightest since 2015. So the Packers are being forced to bid harder for cattle they used to take for granted. And so that's called leverage. And it's not game-changing leverage, but it is leverage. So then they say, but, and this is important. This is AI speaking. Don't overreach. The Packers still control the chain speed. They still set the pace on the finished cattle. And you should have a little bit more backbone when you price fats, but your local Packer is not your buddy. He's just respecting tighter numbers. So, it's kind of a weird market. Packers still got they still hold a lot of the cards, but with the tight numbers, low numbers, border shut down, your average producer has some leverage that they used to not. So keep that in mind as we move forward. Input cost squeeze. It's still happening. That Iran thing has got everything all sorts of mucked up, and I don't want to hear it from any of the diehard Trump people talking about how this is a glorious move. No, this is another potential disaster. That the last one was 20 years long. Well, more than 20 years. We're still there. So it's not looking great. I'm not real optimistic about that whole situation at the moment. But because of that, let's talk about the squeeze that's going on. So the cattle prices are up, margins should be good, but your input costs are not great. Diesel's up 40 cents here in Nevada, just in the last 10 days, back up over $5 a gallon. Unleaded's up over $4 a gallon again. Yeah, that's not good. Fertilizer has it's kind of leveled out, it seems like, but it's still not like bargain basement. It's still pretty expensive. Still pretty expensive. So margins are still under pressure, even though your cattle price is pretty good. It's everything else is also real expensive. Carry cost stings. So interest rates, the prime interest rate is holding steady at 6 3/4. Federal fund rate is 3.5 to 3 3/4. So the Fed's meeting this month on the 18th and 19th. Wall Street is betting on cuts later in 26. And that's fine for now or for later, but right now, when everybody's trying to put their spring budgets together, there's not much of a bargain going on. Operating notes are expensive. Your feeder loans are expensive. Your land mortgage is expensive. And if you're carrying debt like most ranches, that really eats away at your margins. Really takes a chunk out of things. So, and then, diesel. And so pay attention because this is where it really gets tight on everybody. So in Nevada, like I said, it's over $5 a gallon right now. I think we're a little bit below $5 here in Yerington. I think it was like at 479, 489, something like that. It's probably up over 5. So midweek last week is about 50 cents cheaper. The Middle East, that has got all the crude oil shit up in a tizzy. They released strategic oil reserves the other day, so that helps some. But diesel affects everything. Every truck that, outside of a handful of the Tesla semis, every single truck's got a couple hundred gallons of diesel in there. Everyone that's hauling cattle to the barn, that's hauling cattle to the plant, anything that's hauling produce, box beef, anything that's on a truck, diesel's affecting that. For a guy running a big truck twice a day, it's like $150 a week that wasn't in your budget. So, and then just keep adding that on. So and that's probably a really conservative estimate, $150 a week. That's pretty conservative. There's not any real short-term relief on the on the horizon for that. If the Iranians still keep lobbing off missiles at everyone in the region, and we still keep pounding them from the other side, then that Strait of Hormuz still stays shut down. We bombed one of their oil producing islands the other day. It's a real mess over there, and I'm not sure how all of that's going to work out. But in the meantime, it's going to affect fuel prices here. No way around that. All right. So early season fires are a canary in the coal mine. It looks like it's going to be dry this spring. Talking about that ENSO neutral pattern that we're in could be real unpredictable. Historically, very unpredictable. But with that unpredictability has come some extremes, good and bad. So, who knows? But it's time to look at this. So over the last couple of weeks, we've had a couple small 2-acre fires that got away from burn piles here in Nevada. There's nothing huge, but there's plenty of fuel, and it's kind of dry. Our snowpack has been good, so but with a lot of snow comes a lot of growth, and with a lot of growth comes a lot of shit to burn. And California, if you know, likes to let shit burn. They I don't know if they like to let it, but they seem to have a lot of fires every year. So when you see little small fires like this real early, before any spring growth here, you're looking at what could be the canary in the coal mine. It's dry, and the wind patterns are setting up for for dry conditions, and so the moisture level on your grass is dropping, and this is March and April, so let's hope for some moisture, but be prepared for some fires. We've already seen it. I hope I haven't heard a whole lot more on the Nebraska thing. I hope everything is starting to get under control over there, but it's rough. So here's what here's what you need to do. Start prepping for fires now, and not in July when it's already when it's already a tinderbox. So clear some space around your headquarters, your corral, your haystacks. It's a must do. Just be smart. If you're burning piles, coordinate with your neighbors, check the weather, check the wind, and talk to the county, get your fire permits, all that. I'm not big on the government regulation type of stuff, but it is nice to know, so the fire department can be like, hey, these guys are burning. Let's be ready. Evacuation routes, where you're moving, where you need to move them if a fire breaks out, and then one bad windy day in July could ruin your entire pasture. So just be careful. There are going to be fires. There already are. Let's do everything you can to minimize the damage if you can. All right, so wrapping up. I kind of like these little 15-minute episodes. Not bad. Key takeaways: cattle still tight. That's not changing anytime soon. You got a little more leverage than you did a little while ago, but don't overplay your hand. Play it smart. Fuel's expensive. Interest is expensive, and all that means that your margins got even tighter. So do your math. Make sure your math is mathing, and don't guess on it. Fire. Get prepared now. Talk to your neighbors. Get your defensible space all cleared up, and know your plan. It's could get even hairier out there. All you guys in Nebraska, Texas, Oklahoma, where all the big fires have already been happening. Keep your head on a swivel. Keep your head on a swivel. Don't get burned. Don't let your butt crack. And this has been the Friggin' Farm and Ranch Report for St. Paddy's Day, March 17th, 2026. I'm Matt McKinley, and move your ass. We're burning daylight.
Your eyes up in the morning, beneath the stars so bright. Pull your hat down, snuffy, cold chill up your spine. We'll get your ass moving, son, we're burning daylight. Burning daylight. Burning daylight. In the saddle till the job's done right. Burning daylight. Well, life is just a gather, and you won't catch 'em all. But when you ride through the gate, make sure you sit up tall. I can see the horizon, it's looking pretty bright. Well, get your ass moving, son, we're burning daylight.